Bring in more revenue while saving money and differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack vying to win those guests by becoming more environmentally friendly. We will show you how easy it is and how cheap it can be, if not free, and share all the opportunities available. So join us each week as we take another step along the green path. That's one more step to differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack. Proudly sponsored by the Book Direct Show, a green vacation rental conference. Learn more at bookdirect.show. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Green Path podcast. Today, my special guest is Enrique Planas, who will share with us what Holidu's journey has been like on their path to becoming more environmentally friendly. Hello, Enrique. How are you?
Hi, Deborah. All good here from semi-sunny Munich.
Oh, Munich. Okay, I thought you might have been in hot Spain. Okay.
No. I live in Munich for a long while already.
Okay, lovely. And thank you very much for taking the time to join me and to share your story. So can you please share with us, what is Holidu doing in terms of greening your business or with your clients, the property managers on your website?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that one of the first steps into the right direction was creating a climate squad.
Mm-hmm.
The climate squad was created almost 2 years ago, I would say, 1.5 years ago. Hard for me to say. It's been so many years in Holidu, I lost track of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm quite a while already. We know it's important. We saw that the need was there, so we started this, and basically it was done by people that volunteered to do this on top of their daily jobs, and we started to see that there's more and more importance, and now we even have full-time employees that are working only on sustainability and how to make our company and also our services a little bit more environmentally friendly.
So those years ago, who was it that started the conversation about becoming more environmentally friendly? Was it a staff member, or was it just, everyone decided, hey, we need to do something?
So I think it's a mixture of stuff. It's never just one factor that determines the course of action of a company or such. So I remember already quite some time ago, especially when Greta Thunberg was around.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in the middle of the attention of the media and such. That there were quite some questions being asked. So we have a bi-weekly all hands where you can ask the co-founders anything via an online tool. And I could see that more and more there were questions about sustainability. We know that tourism is not sustainable, and probably it might take decades before it actually becomes fully sustainable. So we as Holidu basically want to collaborate in making it less harmful for the world. And one of the first ideas was to generate this climate squad. And I think that the idea came from the management team, but it came from a need that was being exposed by the people working at Holidu by asking these questions during this already mentioned all hands every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So what were some of the first things you did? I
would say that the first step into this direction was the eco badge. So the idea was to highlight the less harmful properties, although it's far from perfect. For example, renting a villa with sustainable amenities on the other side of the world is far worse than renting a property closer to you that has no sustainable amenities. You know what I mean? But still, at least showing that a property has at least 7 or 8 amenities that are going into the direction of sustainability, such as intelligent light bulbs and that consume less electricity, or that they turn on and turn off wherever you are going in the property, or having the possibility to recycle, or maybe they have bicycles in order for you to move around more sustainable, or solar panels, or maybe going into the direction of consuming less water, and so on. So we put together this sort of like algorithm, let's say like this, that basically tries to find all these amenities that are matched. And then once we have a winner, then the eco badge appears. And we've seen that actually these properties actually have received more clicks, and also their click to book has also increased in some amounts. And this was also the part of Bob Gardner's speech in Barcelona a few months ago. So I think this was one of the first things that we did. Also inside the company, we started.
And before we start with the Holidu company, I just want to go back to this badge. So on your listing site, there is a filter where guests can actually search properties that have the eco badge.
Yes, but also the properties will be, it will appear with a certain badge, so you can easily recognize them. Whilst you're scrolling on the results.
And are you asking your property managers to actually make this happen at their properties, or are these managers that are already taking it on board to become more sustainable already?
So the first step was, of course, whoever had it already and whoever had the eco badge, because they already had this 7 or 8 amenities. I'm not entirely sure how it works, because the techies are changing everything the whole time. So this was the first step, and to measure the impact. And then, of course, we contacted all the channel managers to make sure that they were also mapping these amenities, because sometimes it happens that they are not mapping them. And since they are not mapping them, we don't receive them, but it does not mean that the house actually does not have it. So this was sort of like the second step. And then the third step, and I would say this is where we are right now, is that we are contacting also on a PMC level. We are contacting directly the property managers, management companies, in order for them to also push a little bit further in these regards.
Well, you have the data that shows that if there has the eco badge, then they're getting more clicks. So that's a great way to sell that to your property managers and owners.
Yes,
that's great. Yes. And so then, as a company, what are you doing as a company?
So after creating this internal climate squad, we also sort of like took some little steps into more sustainable solutions, such as like the lights also turn off at a certain time of the night. Also helps people going home and not staying work until the end of the night. So it has served a double purpose.
So it's like the nightclub, the lights flash. It's like you got to go home now. It's closing.
Exactly. And we started sorting our wastes. So we also wanted to make sure that we were also becoming a little bit more eco-friendly by not putting everything on the same bin. We also pushed the management of the building to also help us a little bit more in these regards, because they weren't doing that much. But so we started sorting now more, helping other companies to do it as well. I'm not sure if they're doing it, but they are at least helping to getting everything sorted also when it goes to the street, because it doesn't matter if you do a lot of effort to do it here, but then everything goes into the same bin, and there's only one truck picking everything. We asked for some help in that direction, and they thankfully they helped.
That's great. That's great that you're thinking to do it for your own business. Is now you're trying to expand it to incorporate the whole building. That's a really great thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
And so how are you sharing with what you're doing for the eco badge? And also, I mean, okay, let's go back to the eco badge. How are you sharing that this is what you're doing? How are you getting word out? Do you have something on your website that says, this is why we're doing it?
There are some things that we've written here and there, also in terms of PR. I'm pretty sure that you can find something in regards to the eco badge in our website. However, I would say that even though we're working as Holidu, working on a more sustainable strategy, and we are trying to making sustainability a key pillar of our business, I think that we also have had some internal workshops in sustainability inside the company. I think that we are not trying to greenwash also our image. So I think that before we go all out screaming at the four winds that we are doing so many things, I think that we really need to first make sustainability a key pillar in our strategy. We're definitely going that direction, but I don't think that we are super ready. I mean, we are taking the right steps.
Yeah.
But we are all very convinced that before we say anything too loud, we really need to take even further steps. I mean, sorting out our garbage and also doing something with the lights is not offsetting. We're not carbon neutral. We're offsetting some of the impacts, and we're becoming less harmful somehow, but we're still far away. So we're also keeping it quite humble in a way.
Yeah, it's interesting that everyone has their own level of, I'm not doing enough yet to start advertising the fact. But at the end of the day, it's a journey that, at least you've started the journey. So yes. That's the great thing. Yeah. Yes. Just in terms of your website and with the Eco Badge, how long ago did you start with the Eco Badge and the algorithm?
I think that the Eco Badge is going to be already 1 year old.
Okay.
Pretty soon. Probably on Q4 last year it was launched.
Okay. Since the launch of that badge, I mean, I know we all want growth in terms of numbers of website visitors and things like that, but have you seen a marked increase since you've put that onto your website? In terms of people looking for the eco-friendly properties, have you seen a spike, a good growth since you put it on your website?
So we've seen, I couldn't say that we could attribute the growth to that. Like, actually, Holidu is one of the biggest or highest growing companies in tech companies in startups in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that we could attribute any of these to that growth. Yeah. But we've seen that properties that have an Eco Badge, before having it and after having it, they have had around a 10% increase in clicks. So we've done this by using a control group of properties that didn't have the Eco Badge, and we kept them without it, even though they had it, and we compared it to the ones that we actually activated the Eco Badge. And there is an increase in clicks here, and also we've seen that there is an increase on the click to book of around 25%. Wow. In general, so there's definitely something. These are very preliminary numbers. You need a big set of data to really have numbers that are more reliable. But this is what we have. We are already quite happy that this is at least going in the right direction. We will probably have numbers that they might differ from these ones up or down, but we are happy that with what we're doing, we are also seeing something positive. We know that people care. We know there are studies that say that millennials and Generation Xers onwards, almost half of them take into consideration climatic and environmental factors before making a purchase, especially in holidays. So people are, especially young people, are not taking long haul flights and moving all over the world as often as before. Not only because of COVID, because it made it quite difficult, but also because of this. I can share the sources later. But this is something that I spoke in one of the last places that I had the opportunity to talk to some people. It was in Greece, and actually, sustainability is one of the 5 top pillars that I include in my presentation. And I'm going to be talking about this in the Vacation Rental World Summit again this September. So I know that you're going to be there. So you're going to be also quite happy to see that one of the 5 pillars that I'm going to be talking there is actually sustainability. Yeah,
that would be great. Yes. Now, was there anything more to add? We're going to wrap it up here now. Was there anything more to add besides the fantastic fact that, even though the data set is small, we've got some great positive news about that? Anything else? What are the other plans for Holidu in terms of your business, just besides taking over the building and making it more green?
I think that there are a couple of more initiatives that are being tested right now. I think that also we want to keep on tapping into the Eco Badge, trying to make more properties to have this badge, especially if we can do it via the mapping, via also influencing other channel managers, the channel managers to include this data and to map it and to send it to us, because we know that there are a lot of other properties that might qualify but they don't have it. So I think that before pushing another initiative, I think that we can still keep on making this one even better. So yeah, and I also think that we're also working quite hard to include more and more environmental topics into our strategy and to make it a key pillar towards profitability, towards everything, because we know it's important, and we know that we need to do things now and not wait until tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow could be already too late.
Yeah, and everything takes a bit of time anyway, so it's best to start now.
Absolutely.
Straight away. Yeah. Okay. Well, if anyone has any questions for Holidu about their eco badge or anything at all, start the conversation in the comments below. And Enrique, thank you very much for sharing what Holidu is doing, and
you're welcome.
And what you're doing as a business too. It's been great.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll be seeing you in Porto.
Yep, absolutely. Okay then. Bye.
Thank you, Laura. Ciao.
Bye.